People of Earth, my name is Colin, your name is Audience, and welcome back to this. So obviously, as you can probably tell from the scene behind me, this is not the car vlog. Unfortunately, I've just been running around too much, and I've been lazy, so I haven't been able to put that together yet again, and so we're going to do a slight detour from that, and this vlog right now, it's about 11:57 p.m. on Monday night. I was just brushing my teeth and remembered, oh crap, I have to do that. So anyway, what I've been up to essentially last couple weeks is more of the same as I've covered in most of the other vlogs, but specifically this last week was a field hockey game on Friday, soccer game on Thursday, football game on Saturday. I know that's out of order, so I'll redo it. Thursday was soccer, Friday was field hockey, the last field hockey game of the season that we will be working, and then Saturday was a football game, specifically homecoming football game for William and Mary. And that was really great. They unfortunately lost, but again, I don't really have a preference. I don't know if that's... Obviously, I want them to win because I'm working for them, but at the end of the day, it's fun watching football. That's all I can say. But basically, back to today, what this vlog essentially is just... I wanted to cover kind of the end of Valorant Vednesday. I never really talked about it, didn't post about it. It kind of died silently, and that's partially on me, just because I was so busy at the time that it ending was actually easier than keeping it going. And I know, just from my own view of things, the reason it ended was because the few people who really cared about it, me, David, and Liam, and kind of we're the core of the group really, who've been doing it since the beginning. It just kind of faded. The novelty of it, our enjoyment of it, kind of faded, and it was kind of a slow burn down towards the end. But I will miss it. It was kind of my first. I don't know if successful is the right word, because people have different definitions of that, right? Somebody might say, well, you never made any money off of Valorant Vednesday, so how can you claim it was successful? Well, for me, it was successful in that it was consistent. It was every Wednesday for 2 hours, and we did it for the better part of 2.5 years, which is crazy to think about, that, something that regular lasted that long, but it did. And frankly, the best part about it is that most of them from the last 1.5 years of Valorant Vednesday are on YouTube, and they will be there forever. So if you want to go back and experience Valorant Vednesday, you can whenever you want. It just won't be streamed live anymore. It will remain in those recordings. And as you can see from the flag behind me, it mattered enough to me that I made a flag out of it and gave it to my friends. So yeah, it will be missed. I'm sad to see it go. Obviously it's been 2 months since it ended, and I haven't said anything about it. So I apologize for that. And if there's any of you out there who are like, oh my god, Valorant Vednesday's over, what am I gonna do on my Wednesday nights? I don't know what to tell you. You got your Wednesday nights back. But one of the things that I've been talking about recently in vlogs and have been thinking about a lot is what's going to replace that. Not necessarily on Wednesday nights, not necessarily streaming, but what am I going to put that kind of effort, even though it really wasn't that much effort on my part. I kind of just hit go live and then started playing. But what's something that I feel passionate about, like Valorant Vednesday, that I can put some effort into? So basically, how I'm going to end this vlog is I just want to do a string of thank yous, essentially. Thank you to anybody who watched Valorant Vednesday or a Valorant Vednesday Mega Match or anything related to Valorant Vednesday, really any of my streaming content. If you tuned in to one at any point or you watched one later, just I appreciate it. I really do. Even though it hasn't become kind of the career type thing I was hoping that it would at the beginning, and that's fine. Again, that takes a lot of work, and it depends on where you are in your life. If you've got a lot of time to put into it, that's great. But if anybody who tuned into one of those or watched one of those, I sincerely thank you for that. Because it's that vote of confidence to say, somebody's watching my content, and that means a lot. And that's true of the vlogs too. For everybody watching the vlogs, I really, really appreciate it. Looking back at the analytics over the last couple months, it's been crazy. Not that they've been huge numbers or anything, but like, I think the key, at least for me right now, and I think this is a good suggestion for anybody who's looking to get into YouTube or looking to get into content creation, is to think of views as people. And maybe that's the wrong way to think about it. I'm not entirely sure. I'm sure YouTube professionals could explain it differently. But to think on my own that something that I have made, like a vlog, something silly, like this vlog series, something very cut and dry, very easy to make, something that I honestly need to put more effort into, as I've discussed last week, that like something like 35 people could watch. And obviously, 2 or 3 of those are my close friends. 0 to 5 of those are my close friends. But then on top of that, for another 30 people, whether that's random people who find it on YouTube, anybody else, I don't know. That the fact that there's somehow 30 other people on top of those 5, really, as far as I know, there are only specifically 2 people that I know for a fact watch my vlogs regularly. But the fact that there's 30 other people on top of that is crazy to think about. 30 strangers, essentially, that somehow have stumbled across whatever the hell this is. So, really, again, all of my content, anybody who's watching it, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Specifically, some names that I want to throw out there with thank yous. Liam has been incredible. One of my best friends was there from the start. Was there from the start of Valorant Vednesday. Streamed with me every week that he could, and it was great. And Liam, I love you, buddy. Thanks for doing that. Thanks for coming along for the ride. David, you are the clutch master. You're the man who makes us all look a little bit better at Valorant. And now that we've kind of transitioned into other games, I can see why. Because you're just good at FPS games, my guy. So thank you for making all of us look a little bit better and teaching us how to play FPS games. Because when we started Valorant, I at least had no clue what I was doing. And now, I think I'm pretty decent. And then obviously anybody who participated in a mega match or participated in any Valorant Vednesday episode, thank you so much. It was lovely to have you. I hope you had a good time, and I hope you want to play more games with us, because we loved playing games with you. And then finally, Griffin and Straps, you guys kind of made year 2 to 2.5. You kept it going. You were the fresh feet, the fresh blood that Valorant Vednesday needed a little bit. And I really appreciate that from you guys. It was great playing with you guys. You got us into our 5-stack era, which was crazy. Because before we were just 4-stack and 3-stack, and with those 2 strangers, and they could really let us down sometimes. So Straps and Griffin, really appreciate you guys filling out our 5 for those 5 stacks. And so yeah, that's gonna do it for Valorant Vednesday. It's done. It's over. Maybe it will come back at some point in the future, rear its head again. It's up in the air right now. Who knows? But again, stay tuned for more content. Hopefully, I'm going to try my best to be editing content that's not vlogs, and also putting more effort into the vlogs. Like I keep saying, I feel really bad. I honestly do, because I feel like I'm letting you all down a little bit. But yeah, so that's going to do it for this week of the vlog. Please stay tuned for next week. The Friends are coming up this weekend. We're going to Homecoming JMU 2023. Should be a hell of a time. I'm bringing the camera, Clyde, that is, not this big honking thing, and it's going to be a great time, and I can't wait. It's going to be so much fun. So stay tuned next week. It's going to be a good one, and then we'll get to the car vlog. We'll get to senior year of the college years series at some point. Looks like I'm going to have a bit more free time coming up towards the winter, just as the schedule shifts from fall sports to winter sports. So once again, I appreciate every single one of you who has ever watched any one of my videos, and I will catch all of you next week, but if I don't, have a good one. Peace!